one of the most important topics, I think, in general health, and since we've been talking about nutrition and supplements, is the idea of the gut-brain axis. And I think that most people don't really understand what that means, and neither did I until I really started learning about it. So let's talk about what we mean by the gut-brain axis. What we mean is that there's a bidirectional up and down communication between the brain in your head and this entire second brain around your gut, usually through the vagus nerve is the actual conduit. And there's four main communication pathways that are used where your gut brain and your head brain communicate. So the first is the neural pathways. That's through your vagus nerve, which directly conducts information down into your gut brain, and your gut brain sends information back up into your head. And that is, there's this constant communication between the two. There is an endocrine pathway communication, meaning that you produce hormones in your gut. I think the one that's most well known because of the medicines that are out are GLP-1 is a gut-derived hormone that also acts in your brain. But there are other things like ghrelin and serotonin that are produced by the endocrine cells in your gut, which influence mood, cognition, appetite, satiety, glucose metabolism. So through movement of hormones through that same pathway. There is an immune communication, meaning that your gut is one of the most densely populated organs with immune tissue, the gut-associated lymphoid tissue, which produce inflammatory cytokines in response to many, many triggers. And those are also transmitted into your brain and influence inflammation locally, but also influence the blood-brain barrier and neuroinflammation. There's a lot of theories that is linked to perhaps symptoms in children who are autistic and other mental health conditions as well that might have a basis in neuroinflammation that is derived in your gut. And the last is through the microbial population. You have a huge population of bacteria, the microbiome, that produces things like short-chain fatty acids and neurotransmitters themselves, dopamine, GABA, serotonin, and other metabolites that also act in the gut and move into your brain. So there is a intimate, important connection between your gut and your brain, and that's why these topics are so important. And the way we improve gut health and then hopefully brain health is through our diet. Love to hear your questions and comments.